Good morning, everybody. I have spent my morning listening to Brene Brown's The Power of Vulnerability. And for those of you that know me, Brene Brown is like my spirit animal. She's my goddess. I absolutely love her. And when I was listening to it today, I just had this moment of, yes, like this is why we share our stories. And she was sharing a story about how, if you guys have never seen her TED Talk, she did a TED Talk called Vulnerability, and it was 20 minutes that 100% changed my life and changed the way that I live my life. So please check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. But what she talks about is, in that TED Talk, she talked about having a breakdown, but her therapist would call it a spiritual awakening. And she goes on to talk about how before she had that breakdown, she had given up sugar and flour in her diet. And years before that, she had given up drinking and smoking. So, she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't eat sugar, she doesn't eat flour. And she was feeling kind of very vulnerable. And actually, I should also add that after she had given up sugar and flour, she had thrown herself into work. She was working like 70 hours a week. So really, she was just giving one addiction of flour and sugar. She was just now just addicted to working. So trading one addiction for another. So she had gone to see her therapist and had told her therapist that, she was feeling like a turtle without a shell in a briar patch, and she needed something. She didn't like feeling so exposed and so vulnerable. She didn't have anything to numb her. She was stepping away from her work. She couldn't numb herself with work. She couldn't numb herself with sugar or flour or drinking or smoking. She didn't have anything to numb herself with. So she was telling her therapist, like, I need something, some sort of pill, something that you can give me to numb me. And she's like, what can you do for me? And she's like, well, the therapist says, well, I have an idea. And she said, get out of the briar patch. And that, oh my God, like, thank God she told that story, because that is freaking profound. That is so absolutely fucking profound. She feels like a turtle without a shell in a briar patch, and what she's looking for is a shell. And a shell is not available to her. So what do? You leave the fucking briar patch. That's absolutely genius. That's so genius. So, I have been asking you guys to share your stories with me, like things that you've gone through, because if it weren't for Brene Brown just telling that story, of her feeling so vulnerable and that she wanted meds so that she could get through her day, I wouldn't be having this aha moment. So I really want to hear your stories. I want to hear those stories because it makes me do this. It makes me feel super passionate and excited, and I want to share those things with you. And it was just so great. So the analogy is, get out of the briar patch. Stop living your life the way that you're living it. Move out of that zone that you're in. And that's so freaking genius. So, I've heard a couple of your stories, and they are really, really fantastic, and I'm so thankful that you guys have shared it with me. So please continue to do so, and I hope to hear from you soon. Have a fantastic day, guys.